Peace and blessings, family. It's the one and only Ray Imperial, lifelong student of the game, keeper of the flame. I realize it's been a while since I've posted new content. Uh, while I can't necessarily say that's by design, it is not something that, let's just say, there's a need to apologize for. Um, as much as I love my dogs, as much as I love spending time with them and seeing to their well being, there are events brewing in the world, abroad, at home, close to home, that definitely have captured my attention. And I believe the time, attention, and resources that I normally spend posting uh, content about dogs might be currently misusing the platform that is afforded to me, in the sense that there are serious humanitarian issues at stake, and to not give voice to those issues is really it's a deprecation of justice. It's a deprecation. An abuse of opportunity and duty. To be fair, I have always had a love for my people that was almost inexplicable. I remember being 7 years old and watching a school play based on the West Side Story scenario. And oddly enough, instead of a white gang and a Puerto Rican gang, in my school, since we only had blacks and Puerto Ricans, they staged a play about a black gang versus a Puerto Rican gang. At the end of West Side Story, the Spanish girl's love interest, who was a white guy, dies. Uh, well, in my school play, that love interest was a black guy. And when they showed, when in the school play, when he dies, um, I remember sitting in the audience and tears welled up in my eyes. And they weren't tears of sadness, but rather tears of frustration and anger. Now, nobody knew better than I did that it was all just a play. But the fact that one of my people died and was killed, that concept, that idea, even at 7 years old in the second grade, simply infuriated me. And so, for that reason, I know that before I've ever had a proper education on the black man's plight in America and in the world today as a whole, I have always had a particular love for my people and a burning passion to see us not only survive, but to excel and live well. All of that said, there are issues brewing all around the world. Haiti, South Sudan, I won't even say South Sudan, I'll just say the Sudan, West Africa, that are issues which, although they seem miles and miles away, are actually issues which I expect to be confronting us here uh, in the diaspora abroad and right here in America qu- quite soon. Um, Fact of the matter is, chickens come home to roost, and many of these issues that are brewing abroad are a direct reflection of, I guess, what you would call American foreign policy. So, with all of that said, uh, while this channel will continue to be about dogs, you will also see a great deal of political content creeping into the mix, information regarding geopolitical disputes and occurrences and other economic situations that are brewing, which add to the fuel on the fire, or which add fuel to the fire, so to speak. You will definitely be getting commentary, seeing videos, and things of that nature coming from me. For those who are not of the African descendant persuasion and who, you know, you're into the dogs and you like what I do with the dogs, or you like watching my channel, and I apologize if any of this content offends you, or if my point of view somehow offends you. But I have a particular love for my people, and there's an old saying, and it says that when you hate a thing, the very least act of faith, right? When you see an injustice and you truly hate injustice, the first recourse is to change that thing with your hands. In other words, get physically involved. And if you're not able to change it with your hands, then the next level of faith is to speak out against it. And if you are unable to speak out against it, if the oppression is that severe, then the very least act of faith is to hate it in your heart. But then that begs a question. What man truly worthy of the name, if you will, of being a man, will harbor a hatred for injustice in his heart and not be utterly moved to at least speak out against it? So with that said, Keep the Heat Media is going to be something that we're going to be broadcasting. We're going to be talking about these situations around the world. We're going to be talking about the implications of these situations and how they could very possibly affect us as African Americans, Black folks, whatever you want to call us, right here in the United States. In some of my past live streams, uh, we've kind of touched on some of these subjects and what's, uh, what's brewing, but we haven't gone in depth. And I believe it's definitely time to give these matters some real overdue attention. Um, the world of raising and breeding pit bulls and training pit bulls is something of a bubble. It's an isolated segment of the population that is interested. However, the situations that we are dealing with or that are coming down the pipeline, there ain't one of us that it's going to miss. All of us will be called at some point to take a stance and find ourselves on one side of the line or the other. It is my sincere hope and prayer that as a people, we will find ourselves all on the same side of the line. It is my pragmatic experience that causes me to realize that that is very rarely ever the case, and is not likely to be the case going forward. There are some of us who feel we have a serious interest in America to protect. And that is as it should be. Born and raised, if America is what you know, America is kind of what you hold dear to some extent. However, our government has not been as kind to us or as loyal to us as some of us are to it. In addition to that, this government hasn't been as loyal to its own citizens. And when I say its own citizens, I speak directly regarding those to whom the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States was originally designed for. And as many of us know, neither the Declaration of Independence nor the original ratification of the Constitution of the United States had any black folks in mind.